Enjoy chamber comp to define whether or not you make it to the grand finals of champions.
Most important tournament of the year, and you're seeing a clash taken directly head-to-head. Pistols in the hands of the opposition. There's going to be that exchange of fire early on, just the 1-for-1. For now, space already being gained here. DRX going for the reclear in short. Ye being punished just for his hubris, but FNS plays being made one after the other. And as the last man standing, he did one to get him at the right foot at the start of this as well, the pistol round.
So this is the most classic approach that DRX have on their attack side Haven. They're going to smoke off and they're going to fight for the orb. Sometimes they don't smoke, sometimes they triple swing, that kind of thing. But either way, they're going to try and load those ult orbs into stax. You see that stax has the spike right now as well. So much of their early round game plan is around fighting for C-long control, get the orb, then decide what to do.
A potential amount of counterplay as well. There's a nanoswarm on the common plan position on B. Even one tucked here, which they can here. DRX are looking to see if they can clear this one out, but it's a bit of a corner angle. Makes it difficult to do. Not sure if that one was got off there, but still pace injected. DRX want to be just trying to take their lead, moving all the way in here, and it's FNS who cleans up the kills. Spectre in his hands, whips out the sidearm, and he's got the support of the rest of his teammates.
Prime Gaming Flawless to get us started.
And pulled apart at the seams, especially when they last played this map on their defense side. Doesn't make the most sense in the world, but all right, the Ballatw was highlighting it about the previous times that OpTic have gone up on the global stage playing this map.
Serious read on B right now. Ye was holding with his Marshal and Victor thinking about pushing. They also have all of their Killjoy utility here, and Victor's tucked in the corner. I mean, just everything happening around B.
Slight offset there, the angle of the crosshair placement, almost nailing the headshot onto Buzz.
Still doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. Body shot might do at the end of the day, might do quite a bit.
And it's so interesting the way that OpTic are playing this, because Victor's going to get contact way before the alarm bot does, so the alarm bot not really that useful in the round. And DRX are moving over towards A, an area where it's only crashies, who's used a prowler right at the beginning of the round, and now has no idea whether people are creeping up on him. But there's just something tickling at the back of OpTic's mind that they need to go and help him.
Oh, yeah.
And the timing could not be more perfect.
Such a good read on this. And the shot finds its mark. Too late down by Ye, one prior earlier in the round. There needs to be an attempt from DRX to try and make the moves. The horn over the top, and it's just a slight jiggle. With the movement and the Spectres, a spray down is not in order, or is it? Stax with the rifle, not enough to reset. OpTic claim the bonus.
Economy, but they've got so much money. So actually it's about feeding ult points into the hands of the right players.
Deep Seas will find that connection. There's no utility to really follow up on it though. Obviously, not opting to run the raise, which you see more commonly. And it's down to crashies just to try and push them back at the util that he's dumping here.
Look at the positioning of Ye right now as well. This is another hard read from FNS. He is so deep in the back of the B site with a rendezvous to escape. This is him getting set up for a big B hit on an eco round. And this is FNS's IGLing style. He loves to hard read his opponents and try and get into their heads. He said against Loud yesterday, he'd never been lost like that in a series before.
Yeah. FNS usually with the right idea of what's going on.
It's not the correct read this time around, as DRX set up for an A hit, but it didn't give anything away.
So on to Victor, has to start using those flashes though to try and push this back. How has Buzz got that? Crash is removed from the fight, another flash blade, a curveball, landing right round the side, being swarmed by the Sheriffs. What an opening for DRX. And a nanoswarm dropped down to the feet of Ye means he can't follow up on all the damage that his team has done, not just yet. But over the top now, FNS.
He spotted MaKo going for some kind of
TP play.
TP play there.
Moves back though, two rifles in their hands. Josh comes down to this. MaKo trying to reposition. Smoke laid down and he is in trouble. Bit of spam, a bit of fire. 2v2. With the rifles, they made their way out of the smoke. RB not covering it, not watching it. Off to the side, a spray down. And you gotta have confidence in these scenarios because time is running so low. Yeah, trying to take the fight. What a spray and what a shot found. Absolutely magical stuff. And what a round to get DRX back into it.
Ramifications for DRX's confidence. In a situation where you could have kept them against the ropes, they now believe they can win.
Splashes are definitely connecting as a punishment. That's forward. You've got to be joking.
That is absurd from Buzz.
just a little bit too far forwards there with the aggression, but an instant play being made.
The pivot, but Marved is here.
Marved, they know he's here. The attempt was made there. TP onto the side. Now a rolling thunder pushing them back. Paranoia is beautiful. Marved cleans up. Zest with the swing to try and fight back. But what can be done here with the spike has been dropped down? You have no tools to try and reclaim this one, and it's a double up. In fact, even the ultimate being committed here. What? Spray down! And a lockdown will not do squat!
I don't think I've ever seen a spray down like that before, Bren.
RB has just pulled one of the most insane spray downs I've ever seen in my life.
1 HP. He gets away from FNS's lockdown and pops down one of his own. And now everything's in the hands of Ye. And he's going to be running into the alarm bot at the back. Deactivated due to how far away RB is. Forced to commit the spike.
Timing is everything. Zest in the corner. He's low enough. Ye could find one shot to turn it into the 1v1. And he gets the right read. Doesn't opt to pick up the rifle. Wants to play fast into this one because he knows RB's low. And the warbangs.
5 bullets.
So he goes and RB swings and wins the 1v1. I do not believe it. The level of confidence. And RB, a player, Josh, a player who's been criticized over and over again for not putting up the numbers in the big moments. But watch this.
I still don't understand how that shot hit crashies.
Just disgusting.
He killed them both at once? Did he curve the bullet? But you're right, Bren. RB has faced so much criticism. He never looked like a big game player. But he's never played a bigger game. And the team took such a gamble sticking with this 5-man roster and changing the roles around, putting RB on Killjoy.
Yeah.
And it is paying dividends here, where it matters most. OpTic left reeling after the beginning to this map. Back-to-back rounds from DRX stolen from right underneath North America's nose. And what is this buy? I mean, Ye has a tour de force, there's a couple of rifles out here.
It's all over the place.
It's a half buy though, and OpTic have been dangerous on these rounds.
Victor, back of the side now, has the flash, going to be using it, great timing of it, but weapon just not quite good enough. In fact, look at this, Buzz expertly moving away around his own smokes, isolating the fights one after the other.
And Zest covering for FNS as well, who was trying to make a play to deny. Buzz with another dash, getting out of things. And Ye left in a 1v5. As the rest of OpTic are left to sit, stew, simmer, and wonder what has been going wrong in these rounds.
At this point, has to be a swing there. Don't want to take the fight to Ye though. Lack of confidence perhaps, showcasing it just a little bit, but in a 1v4.
Still 4 players ready to deny the spike.
And all the post-plant utility, aftershock into the corner, another nano swarm. Ye realizes you've got to give this one up.
And what a recovery of this half by DRX so far. 3 rounds in a row from OpTic, and they should have been ready to go up to 4, maybe 6. Feels like they're back into this. Yeah. And they've got OpTic up against the ropes.
But timeout being taken by OpTic, and they've been good in the past with this one. What kind of adaptations are they going to be making? It's a fast play, flash over the top, the haunt was destroyed though, and a lovely stun into the corner. How is Buzz just leading them in like this?
Incredible utility! The execute perfect for putting pressure on Ye and FNS and setting up Buzz on the entry. That is immaculate. A textbook play in how to set up your jet entry player.
You just have to save if you're OpTic. You just have to save.
Goodbye, good night. That round is over in the first 30 seconds.
The timeout that you burnt was off the back of that round. The adjustments that needed to be made.
Just nothing.
Nothing to Buzz apparently, especially when he's been supported in this way in form.
And Victor's still holding on to his run it back. Yeah. I mean, Victor's had his ultimate, and the whole idea around running Phoenix on this map is that the Phoenix can be very mobile, move around, grab info, but also, crucially, is going to get ult cycling. You're going to get an ult, you're going to use an ult, you're going to very quickly build it back up.
It's not being used.
So every piece of the utility
so precise with the
coming
timings.
out from Zest, stax, and MaKo works in unison.
And the warbang damage onto Victor.
That is a lot. And it's going to mean he doesn't have his armor for the running back if he chooses to invest the ult this round. Pretty big difference.
Setting themselves up, though, for the C split. Yay, could be, again, the deciding factor. Operator watching the angle. What is going to be used to try and push him off here? Paranoia cut close.
Going to be a close
flash. And it's just a pre-fire from Yay. Respect being shown. Victor moves down into them. And that's the running back finally being used. With Yay at the back of the side. Anchoring, holding, spray down! Zest! What a timing! Pound for pound, answered back, and they're not done yet.
Marved, though, on the flank, picks up Zest, and he might be able to settle this round back down. Stax is now left in a 1v2. Had a very rough beginning to this BO5, but Zest is finding more and more value. Here comes Marved on the peak. The timing.
Information, yeah. Knew exactly where it was.
And that
great round for OpTic to get back into things, and off the back of Yay.
And yet, a very decisive gun round at 4-4. Big fight over the A lobby happening right here.
Yeah, a lot of players grouped up. Prowler's going to be latching into a common position. They know that MaKo, the most likely candidate for who actually teleported to cut it across. It was a C's over the top, I think, that they wanted to maybe make a play off of, but there was nothing else to try and combo with it.
Yeah, they could have gone for a C's hot hands, but frankly, it wouldn't matter anyway. MaKo had already evacuated. Yeah. I like the way that Marved is taking deep positions on C. Here comes a B hit. Crashies got punished last time.
Hot play straight into the site. And there it is. Crashies finally returns with the damage. And there's the spike being denied on top of it. Not done yet, though. A bit of a dodge attempt. And the spray down on Victor. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it does the job.
This is a much better response from OpTic when it comes to their B site defense. And RB not allowed to play.
No.
That flash gets Yay onto the line.
Every connector's being watched as well. Oh my word. Headshot there, but yeah. Yay locks that down.
She's tried to fight over A lobby. Similar kind of setup that they used before.
Deep Prowler, hot hands in the corner.
I love that.
Yeah, Buzz just has to use his updraft to try and avoid most of it. And look at this. Pushed up deep into short. Battle about to take place. MaKo wins it, but Yay! Collateral at play. And it's a fast attempt by DRX to try and take some space. Move back onto the angles, but Yay already repositioned up to heaven. Smoked off though, and now the Paranoia cuts its way through, and Victor was left alone but Marved. At the back of the site, could be the hero at need, and with the trademark at their feet, the slow field not enough. And a spray down, denied.
Marved with a triple kill there. He saves them again. DRX, though, are kind of winning these A lobby battles. Marv set up for another Paranoia, but chooses not to go for it off the rip. We've seen Victor in this position before, but he didn't get challenged.
Look at how much of a gap there is as well between the presence in the middle of the map. Defensive protocol, OpTic, nowhere near. There's no utility.
Yeah,
instead,
but
the triple up.
I think they're just happy to play retake in that kind of situation.
Yeah, of course.
FNS just glancing towards B, and nobody got contact on A long. So these three players, they're going to use the haunt just to clear both of those cubbies. And DRX have heard it.
Yeah,
they heard the haunt.
MaKo heard it.
They heard the haunt, so they're going for the contact re-clear. This is such a beautiful call.
Crashies is holding the ankle. So narrow. A wider swing. He gets the information, which is what he was looking for, but Crashies, you can't overstep yourself here, son.
It's just an info war right now, and Crashies is looking to challenge.
Up close and personal. Where's going to be the swing? The off angles there. Flash into the corner. What coverage! And play. Mal dances back. Sprayed out on top of the boxes, and guess what? No side whatsoever. FNS is more than ready to play.
Here comes the flank, the lurk from RB, but he's got it all to do.
20 seconds in the round to do it.
A
lockdown positioning.
A lockdown wouldn't even be usable here. It just takes too much time.
And he just doesn't know where the rest of the players are. Too much time to even try and grab the spike as well. He's got too much to clear. Wider swing, and FNS just absolutely sublime.
This was the half where they struggled against XSET.
Clearly improvements being made, but a lot of ultimates online. Buzz just wants to take the lead with the rest of his team once more. Knives in his hands, Blade Storm and a Nano Swarm, and has forced the updraft.
What's going on?
Play the DP! They're crumbling before our eyes. The DRX, everything to prove, but OpTic with the prime game in flawless.
This is the side where OpTic's IGLing just looked sublime against XSET. Not necessarily to do with the composition, just FNS's understanding of Haven. And that's what Stax and the rest of DRX are going to be up against here. A hard read on the B hit, and it looks like it might be correct.
Inside the smokes.
So close.
Bit of a pre-fire, and smoke's going to be fading away. Just to remove that alarm bot.
Such a minute difference there between Victor getting the alarm bot kill and getting killed.
Moments away from it now. And time is being burnt down to a crisp here with a minute remaining. Still no signs of OpTic really making a concrete decision on which side they want to land on.
Both of the Fades were having a little jiggle peek battle over at A-Long. And Zest lost out on that. They weren't really firing at each other, it's just that Zest was worried there'd be multiple people and he'd get punished. So now it's a full A retake setup. The spike is nowhere near.
Yeah, the spike is in a completely different direction. You do not expect this ever. On a pistol round,
that is
to make the fake play?
That is such an astounding amount of utility used.
30
a
seconds
Prowler,
left.
a Haunt, a Paranoia, all used to try and go for a fast retake that wasn't even real.
And it's completely opened up the site for them. OpTic, the push and pull of the rotations. DRX have got such a massive ask ahead of them. No more utility, it has to come down to the fights being taken. And the crossfire set up with the pistols. OpTic just too good for it. Marved! Pushing inside of the smoke.
No charges.
Maybe overstepping himself just a tad. A reflank play here by FNS. Has to try and make some mark. The horn over the top. DRX, they seem to be just barreling their way through, and FNS is now found out. He's now known. But survived the classics, missing in the shots. DRX take the pistol.
All of the weight on DRX's shoulders, and they pull through in the pistol round. This round, ready to fend off OpTic. They're going to have to be ready, though, for wild fakes like that. FNS is definitely digging deep into the playbook on Haven.
Throwing that out into the cider map here. Push to the limits in a best of 5. Only FNS apparently, but Buzz going to be taking contact now, and not enough space granted to him. Dashes back away, Cloudburst cutting it up, but still the shots are found. It's given a right angle at the back of the site with a frenzy at play, and at hand, Marved, ripping them apart. But MaKo's still alive, and it is just down to Marved with the Bulldog.
1v1.
Anything's possible in the 1v1. 4 kills for him, and a Red Bull cast.
I think I agree. That puts the economy back on the line for DRX. Only pistols here. And Bren, I've been thinking it all tournament. When is Marv gonna show up? And OpTic haven't needed it up until now. But this could be the final hour, and the best controller player in the world is finally showing you why he has that title.
Lovely shot onto RB. And it has just, winning that round out. DRX have just been tossed into free fall off the back of it. The economy reset when it was looking so good for them to just get another round. But now a play being made. Haunt over to the side. It's going to be a fault line to slow them down. MaKo close up in his own smoke. It's going to make OpTic think twice.
Bring them down.
OpTic are in a 5v4 though, and they have their run of the map.
Cover going out.
Buzz only with a classic, and he's pretty much the only player that could be dangerous for them if they pivot back into A. Although the spike appears to be shepherded toward B.
Might be giving a bit of false information there, just spotting Ye out. Stax is
30
low.
seconds.
Smoke, it's just overstepping himself again, and the players of OpTic already lurking their way through.
And how tragic is this for DRX? 3 times now in this series, they've won a pistol round and immediately lost the follow-up.
Player standing.
That response by OpTic, wrangling back control of many of these maps.
And DRX now are going to be in such a tough spot.
Yeah.
The emotions are so hard to control. You go through the elation of winning the pistol and believing that it's doable, to despair.
To getting it ripped away from you with no more timeouts to try and make the most of it, to try and settle the nerves.
Oh, and Nemo has been found.
10-5, that's the scoreline, and OpTic look like they are once again carving their spot in the history books. OpTic looking like they want to take this one a bit slower. Spike dropped down in a pretty secure and safe location, just farming up the orbs onto Victor and getting him his ultimate there to run it back now available.
Yay spots RB, but very minimal damage exchanged.
Here.
OpTic with a very passive hold as well on their default. Shadows using that Prowler down short as well. But they need some way of pushing Buzz off the angle. And crashies just trying to jiggle peek it. All of this is merely a distraction as well.
And it has done a job of pulling Zest and Buzz still over there. It's up to RB to jump peek! Shot through the wall. Almost got his head taken right off. And the spike is making its way back over towards C. No. A change in the decision making. Buzz. And guess what? Zest still up close. Right here, right now. Could be the difference maker for them. And what discipline. What patience. The play is made in the spray down. A collection of 2 kills. And a reset of the aim for Zest. Absolutely magnificent.
One enemy remaining.
I tell you, Bren, there are not many players that would keep their cool in a moment like that, down 5 rounds on the final map of a VO5. But Zest was so calm. We've got some classic A lobby control. OpTic's comp is really poor at taking A lobby control, but they're fighting for other areas of the map instead.
And a runner back as well. Destroying of the alarm bot here. Victor.
It's all a fake.
Close, it is a complete fake. And it's pulled them all the way back into the corners of the side here. MaKo needs to be the playmaker.
Where's the trade?
And the anchor right now still being swarmed from either side. Oh, guess what? RB ready to hold his teammates back. There is no trade in action, but maybe Ye can be once more the difference maker. Nightfall now. Pushed across. RB getting no sound cue. It's a flash play over the top. Stax wants to make the moves for them. Swinging down. It's just up to Victor in that 1v2, but Stax has already taken the positioning.
Far too easy for MaKo.
Hero rifle from Marved.
Let's play.
He's got a hot hand.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been knocked all the way down with OpTic losing that round. As DRX would have taken control of the map and potentially the series. Still a hard ass for them though when Ye's got the tour de force in his hands. This fight that might be about to take place over towards A could decide quite a bit, but still, again, it's OpTic with the spike leaning over in a different direction. That's down into the bottom of mid. Part of the reason OpTic's attack side when they were running this comp was so good was because FNS was so willing to make the right call. They had great information. Their attack side was always making sure that they filled in any sort of gaps in defensive protocols.
The spike is heading its way towards B right now.
Yeah, it's another fake.
It's another fake. I mean, FNS is just full of them, but it's the execution, not the macro, that's been the problem.
Victor needs to do some damage here with 1 kill. Doing a decent job of things.
Look at the pinch from B.
Yep, squeezing them right where they lie. And still Buzz, a whiff of the shot. The shot he pulled down, but he can't win it.
30 seconds left.
Beautiful, beautiful IGLing by OpTic. Adaptations being made, the layers on the strategy. And the A anchor players were just lost in the sauce.
Now playing out within their mental realm as well.
DRX are opting to force into this one. RB forced down to the Bucky buy. Let's try and hold down Garage. A deeper angle with the smoke, blocking off one of the avenues just outside A lobby.
Here.
It's Buzz versus Ye. This fight could define so much in this round. Who blinks first? The ankle, the shots! Did Ye spot him? Did Ye find it? Just contacting across, but it's not called in time.
Buzz had 3 different targets he could play off there.
Victor moves his way across, Stax!
Perfect
battling
play.
back, man, battling back.
Enormous help by Stax there. And now Marv's in a mad position. Just has to pivot into the C site. Pinging it out, seeing if he can go for a pre-aim.
But if there's anyone to do it, Josh, it would be Marved and Ye, wouldn't it?
The two of them have been playing fantastically in these later few maps. But it's also been, I suppose...
Oh, no way.
30 seconds
There's
left.
no way Marved is taking this fight, man. The rifle! Not favored in close quarters. Not in that instance. And the spike has been given over.
Who expects a bucket to be there?
Teleport's ready.
And now Ye left in a 1v4.
No time. No time.
No possibilities.
Maybe you can do
10
some damage to the
seconds
economy, but no. MaKo holds it, anticipating the push. And this series, this map has been so back and forth. On a nice
pistol to work with, and there are many ultimates in play. I mean, this is the round to invest every ult at your disposal. And another up battle to start things out.
Yeah, crouching. He's holding the angle for the repush down A long.
I feel like this whole series has been Yay v Buzz.
Across. No one following it through. Wait a second. There's a flash, pre-fire, Buzz. Not rewarded, but this reposition of Zest again. This is going to give DRX a ton of information for the defensive protocol. Now they've got to know. You've got to be kidding me.
Just an absurd situation up in A lobby.
Back to back.
Yeah, he got flashed onto this angle, and he's so tucked, Zest cannot see him. But do OpTic have any idea that Zest could be here?
Half jiggling. They
They're
think it's
reclaiming.
clear. Into the corner this time.
Good trade.
Great trade. Cool not being kept. Nanoswarm going to be pushing them back here. The spike was on B.
The spike, Victor had it, running into the B site. It's just out in the open.
There's a lockdown that was placed down a little bit prior as well with that A lobby control. But it feels like DRX are not biting him because look at this positioning. MaKo, he's still here, still waiting, and the half clear is not good enough. What a trade! The trade-off. And Marved is going to be making his moves now towards it. But where is the time? Where is the spike going to land?
These are the moments where OpTic was incredible against XZ, setting up these pivots, these lurks. FNS could be the playmaker here.
It's going to destroy the lockdown for them. And B is going to be gained, at least with it, but the angles are watched down anyway. The spike is planted. FNS has to go huge. 1v2, flash, a dodge, a juke, a half on it. One more kill found. 8 bullets in the clip, and it's not enough to do it. Stax. And FNS, the battle of the IGL is manifesting itself.
Yeah, he goes for a hero rifle, miles away from the Tour de Force, but the rest of the team with stingers and a Spectre in hand. This looks like DRX should be in a position to tie up this map, tie up this series.
We said that before, but never count OpTic out! Second time's a charm for Buzz, still locking down the angle, and he wants a little bit more. Shorty has to be pulled out in play, another curveball right round the side. Victor, no ammo in the clip, but the right click will do it. Again, the tip-tap of the aim, Stax, you can feel the nerves playing an element in it. Victor with only 13 bullets left, still gets the kill, an instantaneous trade.
Another couple of weapons, and maybe that could make the difference.
The map is being pulled away from you.
Run it back by Victor in his hand because he was able to get those 4 kills on the half-buy round.
Back to back.
And another thing for DRX to keep in the back of their minds, Marved has the ult and the spike. He can go anywhere, fake anything.
Possibly a play being made though. Into Garage, I'll be playing the anti-flash. Aftershock into the Nanoswarm there. Clears the corner, now Victor wants to make the play, make the moves, running forwards. Bit of a spray down, does not come up with the goods. Not like he was looking for, but still Stax looking to anchor. At the back of the sight and just the tail end of the ultimate. Yay capitalizes. All the space being gained. Reset again. Yay is the difference maker.
The trading from Yay here has been fabulous in this round, but it is not over yet. Not by a long shot. The spike isn't even down, and Victor in a position where he basically used his ult from, now becomes a backstabber.
He is the backstabber, and this hook line sinker, a classic play.
Buzz
down to Buzz.
Buzz has been a miracle worker, but the dash pop's just simply too early. Maybe he gets an opportunity of Victor, but he's looking the wrong way.
3 kills in the round for Victor.
An option I've seen out of anybody at Champs. And they have 2 opportunities to cement their place in the 3rd Grand Finals for OpTic. A record in VCT at their fingertips.
1 round is the difference maker here. That's all it stands between them. DRX, Zest forced down to a very shoddy buy. It feels like towards the end of this map, towards the end of this series, FNS, whatever the calls might be, it's pushing and pulling, and DRX struggling to come up with the answers.
Buzz only has a Spectre here, trying to control this A-lock position. It is an impossibility. And already, he's going to try and get the punish off.
Cancelling the ultimate just in time.
What absurd awareness from Buzz that is a play that could have come through.
And a hot Hansen to the back and an Anaswarm is a set play. Curveball as well. Buzz has been dealt with. 2 kills for Victor. The spray down in action once more. A rolling thunder. This is the last chance for DRX. Disrupt the play. Victor holds down. He locks the angles through. And it's all on the shoulders of RB. But OpTic, moments away from carving their rightful spot in the grand finals. And here it is.